Welcome to the Divine Honey Podcast. I am your host, your friend, Tamika Johnson.
And I'm your other host, your friend Tim Johnson.
If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This show is about human experiences. This includes thought provoking conversations, and most importantly, our Divine Honey guests sharing stories about love, life, journey, and purpose. If you're watching live or on the replay and you feel inspired, show some love in the chat. This is your inspirational podcast. Hey,
Hey, what up, girl?
hey, just a key. Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh, yeah, I do got a
Well,
public service announcement though.
go for it, brother.
The Iowa State Cyclones. If you guys aren't familiar, you know the rivalry between the Hawkeyes and the Cyclones. Iowa State is 7-0. Shout out to the state guys.
It's today,
No, they
or was
played
it?
yesterday. They play on Saturdays.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they played. So they beat them that bad.
They already beat. No, I'm saying Iowa State is 7-0 on the season. I think the University of Iowa. I think they're 4-4 or 4-3, 3-4. Either way, they're trash, and Iowa State beat them. So
You
shout
know,
out to them boys, man, playing well out in Ames, Iowa. Good old Ames, Iowa.
Tim, how did you end up switching? You went to University of Northern Iowa, then you did for undergrad, and then for your master's, you went to University of Iowa. Why are you a Cyclones fan all of a sudden?
So it's more of like a love hate relationship with the University of Iowa. If Iowa State had the program here in Des Moines for me to get my master's, I would have did that too. But it was just more of a convenient thing. Um, yeah, I think after our last visit when we went there, you, and mom went to up to Iowa City to visit the university for my visit, and mom is cheering for Indiana because she's from Gary. You remember that?
Yes, I remember that.
I never got a letter after beating Kirk Ferentz, so I was like, yeah.
Oh, your ass is better.
I mean, I'm over it now, but I'm just saying that you asked me how I got here, and that's how we got here. So now we big
So,
state.
okay, well, I went to Iowa State. Ames is okay. The city's lame,
I think it's getting better.
boring. Well, when I was there, so what? I've graduated in 2007, so that was a long time ago. Boring.
Yeah, I never had a good time in good old lames, but
Neither.
you do the best you can with what you got.
Right. So you went to Seattle. How was
Yeah,
that?
yeah. I was up there for Tuesday to Friday. I mean, it's to be honest, bro. Like it's similar to I mean, as far as like the bigness, I guess I was just thinking demographically. It's similar to the
Uh-huh.
state of Iowa, primarily white. And King County is where we were. Downtown area was cool, super progressive.
Uh-huh.
My server is a female, had hair under her armpits, like a big patch of hair under her armpit. Kind of threw me off a little bit, but yeah, it's progressive, very progressive in good old Seattle. The household fell apart when I was gone.
King was cutting up, huh?
hmm But yeah, it
So
was cool, man. It was a good experience. I'll probably never go back unless it's for a conference. I have no reason to go there.
I feel like people usually love Seattle. Is it that it was just too hippie-ish? Did you go out? Did you go to any good restaurants? Did you go to the Boston Market? Did you
The
go to the
Boston
water?
market.
Did you go to Grey's Anatomy? Like, no. It's there.
What? They got a pier. We went to the pier, walked up
Okay.
there. Yeah, their downtown area is decent. It's so it's not like your downtown area where it's a bunch of kids and stuff running around. Like it's like grown ups out. Like these
Uh-huh.
folks grown out. So
Okay. What was the conference for?
racial ethnic disparities. So I'm the racial ethnic disparity coordinator for the state of Iowa, and in that my responsibility is to create a compliance report on the things that we're trying to do to reduce the disparities. Because if you know, in our criminal system, but also in our juvenile system,
Mm-hmm.
the racially, if you break it down, every state, and I don't know if this is to be true, but in the Midwest and the same in like over on the West Coast, um, the states are like 90% white, but like
Mm-hmm.
and then like 7% black or half African American. But in arrest and complaints, adult court waivers, an adult court waiver is like if a youth is tried hard enough, they can get waived up to adult court to be sentenced there versus being sentenced in juvenile court.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Black and African American youth are leading the way at the lowest percentage point. So you got, I mean, in Iowa, and same in Seattle. Seattle, I think theirs was 90% Caucasian and then 7% Black or African American. But
Right.
then when you go to like their convictions, their arrests, their complaints, waivers, going to youth prison is what they call it, secure
Mm-hmm.
confinements. The percentage for Black youth are higher than white youth. It's crazy.
And do you guys have to document like why, like what are these cases, like what's going on to cause those numbers to
Yeah, so
be
we
elevated?
document it. Yep, we document it, and then tell a story of what the data is telling us. And a lot of times with our Black and brown youth, um, a lot of those charges are like more like relationship based or like typical behavior of what like a teenager kid would do.
Mm-hmm. And they're
If
being
you break,
penalized
yeah,
harsher.
at a way harsh penalty, way more harsh penalty than their white peers, and white kids are doing the same thing. So it's tough. So right now we're trying to spread awareness around it, get people hip to it. People don't like to talk about race.
Mm-hmm.
It's prevalent that the system isn't treating youth the same. So how can we get some solutions for that?
So having those conversations, have you got any pushback, or has there been some uncomfortability in those conversations?
Well, typically it's always some kind of excuse that is created, but it's more so just because you can't just come out and call somebody racist, or else you lose automatically. So it's hard to. The challenge becomes talking about the data, letting the judges be aware of what the data tells us, because the data doesn't lie,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to confront that because you can have like the one training once a year. Like I think judges do like a training once a year, but
Oh.
some of these to combat some of these systems and to create policy change, stuff needs to happen like once a quarter. Like I wish we could create something where it's like you're getting some not necessarily like racial bias, but just like bias training in general about all things, and then just looping it back to what is our goal, because we don't want to. If black kids are doing bad things, yes, 100%. But if they're
Mm-hmm.
doing the same things as their white peers, the numbers should be a white kids should be leading the way. If they're 90% of the state, there's no way that 7% like black kids coming in at 7% make up like 90% of all arrests. Like that's crazy. So it's how are we making people aware of what this looks like? How are we getting to like root cause? A lot of this stuff is environmental too.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have about 5 to 6% of kids are doing like some really bad stuff, and we don't want to like say you don't deserve to be sentenced for doing some bad stuff, like armed robbery,
Yeah, it's
murder,
pretty bad.
murder, murder. Like that stuff is serious, right? But if you're getting
Right.
caught with like a vape pen, you got a bag of marijuana on you, you're out past curfew, you're not going to school. Like some of those things are not that bad for you to, you know what I'm saying, be sent to detention because of that.
Right. And then stuck in the system.
And then stuck, yeah.
Because then when you're in those detention centers, if there's behaviors, because you're dealing with other people with behaviors, there could be fights, there could be this, there could be triggers, and now you're continuously penalized. Like it's just like a cycle. And all of a sudden, as an adult, now you have like this record. And,
big record, bro. Like
yeah.
you have some kids, and then with that, you have some kids. Hold on. Excuse me.
Bless you.
You got some kids where we got to figure out it's like your first offense and it's a felony charge. But you might not be the one that committed the crime yourself, but because you're with a group of kids or youth, you all get the same sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I understand the severity of like a felony, and I don't want to like discredit someone doing something, being at the wrong time, wrong place, one time. But for your first offense, there should be other things that we could do in place so that that felony charge doesn't ruin somebody's life for the rest of their life. Because you're segregated against once you get that felony charge on your name.
Oh, for sure. And then guess what else you lose? You lose things like your voting. You lose rights.
Yeah, right. That's the segregation piece I'm speaking to. So
yeah,
it's tough. It's tough. But I think if people are willing, I think there are some states that are really progressive. Like out in DC, they're getting progressive, super progressive with juvenile justice. Different states are getting pretty progressive. So it's just a matter of building the relationship with your legislators, building relationships with the judges, building relationships with the detention center directors, like they're building relationships with the police force, your local police force. So there's a lot of things that can be done, but it's just the intentionality around continuing to do that stuff because it is tiring.
Yeah.
So
no, you out here doing God's work, aren't you, brother?
that's only like a fraction of the job, but yeah, we are trying to do some.
Trying to then my next question then would be this. So what the youth that you're speaking of, what they're different, there would be would they be Gen Z?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know,
So
probably.
you hear a lot of stuff. Oh, the kids nowadays, are they in that realm? Are they any different than? What's the difference?
I don't know. People just put stuff on stuff. I think it's more of the social media stuff. I don't know. I think now the kids got like more like confidence and speaking their mind and stuff. I don't know. But like they know a lot, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, the big one people will say a lot, oh, they don't like to work. Shit, I don't like.
I think the way the work looks is different.
Yeah.
Because they question it. And I don't think people like the way that they don't like to be questioned.
I think
because
so.
Why you got me working 8 hours if I can get this done in 4? Why I need to be here 10 hours if I can get this done in 5?
Look, why are you calling me after work hours? Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I don't have that type of job. If you text me, I'm not going to say nothing to you till tomorrow. To be honest, I mean, there's nothing, depending on what you do, but there's nothing in my world that cannot, you would have to tell me is important. You ask me just some random thing that can wait till tomorrow, it's going to be answered tomorrow. Right. I don't even acknowledge it.
All right. Yeah, Bruce,
I think it's just a healthy space, unless that's what the job requires, and mine doesn't require that. I don't know. It looks different. Oh, what did just a kid heart? Yes, it looks different. They question our systems,
and it's needed because why? I think growing up for some of us, we were like more of like the fear tactic of asking the question why. We just accepted it, And then like those kids that did question it, we always like abandoned them, so to speak, or
Right, like,
thought they was crazy. Like, why you always got to talk? Like, but truly, like, why are we doing this though? Like, what is this? How is this benefiting me? I get no benefit
yes.
from being here right now. So
And I think it's more like, well, and then things are different now. Everything costs more now, so they're like, oh, it's harder to, when you was 18, you got your apartment, moved out. I don't know. The rent's high. I wouldn't suggest it. If you can stay home, stay home. I wish I had a home, somebody else's home to stay in.
bruh, if y'all would have lived in the house, I would have been in y'all crib for a minute.
Just
But I was
laid
up in there, I had
up.
to get up out of there. But yeah, if y'all would have had a house, I would have stayed for at least a year to stack some chips.
Because now you need like 10 roommates.
Fam, it's crazy. Or you just really need just that foundation, something to lay back on. Like
Hmm.
it's always better to do that. Like the folks that do, I mean, there are, you have your outliers, but most of the time, a lot of the kids now that are streaming and doing all those things are doing it down in their parents' basement, becoming millionaires,
Right.
living in their parents, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? But like, we want to be able to provide that so that you now can start something.
Hmm.
If you're able to save up $1 million and then go out on your own, you're gonna be good.
Real good.
But $1 million is gonna go quick, bro. $1 million ain't that much money. Like, truly,
No.
me and Josh were talking about that this morning at the gym. Like, becoming like a millionaire is cool, but like that money, that's gone, bro. You need at least like 20, 25 million.
I
Like,
mean,
think
what?
about that.
Look, we were talking about this one day in one of our meetings. How much money could you win to make you leave your job? I would leave for 5. And that's messed up. I
5 million?
would really leave. Yes, I would. And I would try to like flip that. I would start something. I would do something to make that money grow. I'm not gonna just something's gonna happen with I'm a hustle this 5 million to make more. I'm not gonna sit at this desk for 10 more years.
No, skip that, bro. I need at least 30.
Mm-mm. I'm gonna turn it into 30, but I'm not sitting here. The minute somebody makes me mad, I'm like, I got 5 million. I'm out. I'm out. But my whole attitude, like, yeah, I'm not doing this. You ask me one question on a bad day, a simple
What
question.
are
I'm like, I
some?
can't do this. That's what stresses me out.
Yeah, what you should to Bree said you come be our nanny. What are some things you would want
Keisha
to
don't
invest
even
in?
listen to me.
He don't listen to nobody. What are some
Mm.
things you would do?
What I would do, well, obviously, I would pour into. I'm not going to tell all my business out here, but I would obviously invest my money. I would invest in property. I would invest more into the things that I'm doing entrepreneurial, but I would definitely invest my money.
You got any investments that you can give the people? Some free gems.
No, because I haven't done it, so I don't have no gyms. You know what? We do need to get somebody on here. That's another idea about money investment. I do have I did do an interview earlier this summer, which we'll get that going, about financial financial literacy, and we mostly talk about more the life insurance, but there's a different like her name's Jennifer, and she's my financial advisor. So just I'm gonna get that uploaded because that's some good tips. And then I can get her back on here live. So I guess I do know someone. I am working with someone. I'm just starting. It starts just as little as just making the first step,
You
you
just gotta
know?
do it.
Yeah. So getting your stuff in order too. And that includes, no one likes to talk about this, but we're all gonna die, right? I mean, that's the only thing that's pretty certain. but we talk about that like just getting your stuff in order, no matter how much, wherever you're at. The
Right.
things you can do, and just she had some good takes and perspective on that, so we'll get that going and invite her back. Hold on. So just the key at heart says, yes, I actually just watched a reel on Instagram for women. The best thing we can do is educate ourselves and finances. The world doesn't know what to do with a woman with a lot of money. I like that. um I'm, of course, I want a lot of money. I mean, I'm okay, but the goal is to basically, like, when I pass away, I want it to be, so you're the person, you're my beneficiary. I want it to be easy, that part to be easy on you, you know?
Right. Right.
Everything's taken care of. Yes, you're gonna have to do some things, but the money's there to do it. And also leaving a little bit of money behind, for you bums. And another thing, I was thinking about, sometimes when I was saying that I was getting my financials in order or getting my affairs in order, and because I'm single and have no children, I was asked once, like, why do you need to do all of that?
Someone asked you that?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a damn person. Like, I'm flesh. I existed. I have things. I have people that care about me. I want to do something for them, but I want, the best thing I can do for you guys is having my shit together.
But that just goes to show you where people are in just human evolution. Like that no longer should be even a question anymore.
Like,
But it is, bro. So that just let you know, like people aren't, they're just not there in their life to realize like you don't do this if you have a family. This is just a part of living.
right. I'm like, I would like to be laid to rest properly.
Right.
It's like
Come
a
on.
whole being.
Come on.
But yeah, but I like what Bree said. Like, it's just really being, and women being on top of their stuff, men and women. But I do agree what she says. Like, sometimes it's hard for women, those women that have like a lot of money, like they're in the upper, you know.
Well, because it goes against the matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the people that are supposed to have all the money, right?
Right.
A certain type, certain race, a certain this and that, stature, whatever, age group. So if anybody comes outside of that and challenges it, they're not ready for it. People still are shocked when women are in charge of multimillionaire businesses and stuff. So like we still got a long way to go in that regard too.
It's sad.
I
It is
agree.
sad.
I
I
agree.
mean, we're trying to, adjust or seem like we're progressive, right? But then something will happen that shows that we're not as far mentally, um, as we should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all get your finances together. We're gonna do that financial literacy thing. I will upload that video, and we will have Jen back on.
Get your bread together.
Right. So, question. We're talking about, so today's show is really about, we're in the last quarter of 2024. Isn't that wild?
It went quick. They say days go
It
slow, but
went
years go
quick.
by fast.
Man. Okay, so you're in the last quarter. Have you done any goals that you had for yourself in 2024? Do you think you stayed within that? You stayed committed? Or how, how would you look at the past,
I think
whatever, many months?
I think my only goal was really just to get a new job, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. So get my salary that I wanted. I did that. So,
Okay.
um,
Tim, let me hold something. I need some money. Let me hold something.
shit, I do too.
You make the
Like
move up.
you think once you hit this mark of money, bro, that shit still ain't doing nothing, baby.
Uncle Sam kicks in.
It really
Nah.
ain't even doing what you're supposed to do with it,
Uh,
baby.
oh
Like we
no, but
still, I mean, it's nice to have like a small cushion, but like I'm trying to have a cushion.
oh nice. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, T Money is in the house. Yeah,
Okay.
Rummy, I need a couple dollars, Tim. Wait, when I come back in December, oh, I'm gonna eat all y'all's food, all of it.
We already save it for when y'all come, so
She said, I'm still okay. My friend goes, she goes, you gonna buy groceries when you go there, right? Absolutely not.
no, you don't need to. You don't need to.
I said, one thing about y'all families, y'all do got food.
Cause we eat, bro. It's important.
No, no.
But
So
real talk though, so like I had these. I think my favorite Ruffles of all time are the flaming hot cheddar sour cream joints. I brought this bag of chips. Why Tamika smacked my whole bag of chips? Didn't even save me no chips, bruh. The whole
when?
bag of Ruffles.
When?
When you were here, bro, smacked my
I
whole
don't
bag
even
of
know.
Ruffles.
The only thing I make sure I don't eat all of is like anything of Brie stuff that's like gluten free or her special stuff. That's it. But otherwise, it's a free for all. What are y'all gonna do a Costco run?
Before you come?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we always do a Costco run.
Oh. So now we're in the last. So what is your plans for this last quarter of like? Is there anything you want to tighten up going into 2025?
Yeah, I asked Bree to give me a gratitude journal. I think I'm gonna start journaling, man. Get back,
Oh,
get in that, to get my brain together.
let me show my gratitude journal.
Yeah, I'm gonna start putting that in my routine. I think that's gonna be dope. Um, there's still more like with my job that I still want to like create as far as like what we're doing in the organization that we work for, and if we're not able to get to that, trying to figure out now like what my next move is as far as work goes.
You
So
got it.
there's that. Um, I really should have just kept my ass in Des Moines, but I wanted
Oh,
that check,
that check.
baby.
They about to work you. They gonna get
Yeah,
every penny out of you. But you're doing good work.
yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm growing to like it. We're leading the way in some stuff that we're doing in the state of Iowa, which is nice, but we still got a long way to go. So the gratitude, I want to. I think I'm gonna try to do like 3 to 4 months with no drinking come January 1st to start the year off right. So get that together. I always like to do that. I could probably start it now, but
Holidays are coming up.
I really didn't drink much this weekend, which was nice. Holidays
Good.
are holidays are coming up. Uh, yeah, just do more. Try to be better, more of a provider for the fam. Get everything we need to get going.
Yeah.
What you got going on in the quarter 4?
Quarter four is still continuing on my little health journey. Good news. I had some high numbers. I was pre-diabetic for a quick minute. I got my numbers down, y'all.
Hey,
But that worked. Like yes, this summer that was my goal. When I got that number, I said, oh no, that's that's not the road I'm going down." And I was so happy. Like I thought it would maybe go down like a couple points. I was only looking, but then when I got back to normal, like I was in normal range. So that dealing with like so just continuing that and just getting my my weight down, which is hard, y'all. It is hard to lose weight in your 40s. You be struggling for that pound. You be working your off for that 1 pound. But hang in there, be strong.
Straight up though, that's the hardest part because it gets discouraging, man. Consistency is it's hard, bro. It gets discouraging seeing that same weight probably every day for like.
Like, and it just be like, oh, you get this far, and all of a sudden, a week, you still got you gained the 2 pounds back. I said, bruh. But that, and then continuously working on, you guys, sleep is important. I think I talked about this last podcast, and me just working on my sleep and getting adequate sleep and having a little bit of a sleep disorder. It's getting better. It's getting better, and I'm headed in the right direction. And that will also help with weight loss. But really cooking more.
Oh yeah.
Now, yes, I try not to eat out really anymore because with being on a health journey, I need to know what's in what I'm eating. But there's still balance, right? Sometimes you got to go and enjoy yourself. But for the most part, I've been here cooking. And so just continue to take care of myself and putting my health in priority, which when you do that too, that does help with mental health. I had to think about that. Me and my brother Matt were talking yesterday, and I don't know, we're talking about anxiety or whatever. And I was like, I haven't had anxiety in years, really, a couple years. I remember I dealt with anxiety very heavy, like to the point, have you ever been scared before and your adrenaline kicks in, right? That rush of fear. But to feel that all day and I'm just eating breakfast.
Right, that's tough.
This went on for a very long time. That's tough. Like, it got to the point when I was at work, I just would just break down and cry. I would be at my desk just. I know the lady next to me was like, here she go again. Here she go again. I even have the energy to get up and go conceal it.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I was like, but that's still, now you mentioned gratitude. That's the blessing. Like, sometimes you're not where you want to be or where you think you should be, but man, you're not where you used to be.
Right, facts.
You are not where you used to be. So just continuously just taking care of myself mentally, physically, spiritually. Now, the one thing I want to do better and really crack down on in this last quarter, I have a sickness, and it's called procrastination. It's like, why? What? I don't know why.
I think everybody gets it sometimes.
Bad.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough. I hate it, but I just gotta push. I gotta push through.
You gotta have a little bit of that pressure on you to get across the finish line.
Because I got stuff to do.
Right, facts.
Oh, let's look at a couple comments. Good job. Oh, thank you, Just a Key. And woohoo! Congrats. Thank you, Patrice Hall. Oh, hey, Shay Woods. Shay said, fellow procrastinators unite tomorrow. Like, I'll be going through it, but I think I should still be able to hit what goals I had for myself. I mean, I was doing them, but I could be so much further, but I'm not gonna woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, don't dwell on it.
Yeah. I will say the top of the year was a little touch and go. A little touch and go, but I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling, starting to feel like back to myself,
That's good. See? It takes time. It takes time. I think a lot of that attitude of gratitude, like truly get in that gratitude notebook and write in there because nature, right? We try so hard not to
Mm-hmm.
compare, right? We try so hard not to compare, but we know comparing is the thief of joy, but we still do it. So when we're able to
Mm-hmm.
get to that gratitude space, it helps us reflect and remember that where we are today, we prayed for that. We prayed to be in the spots that we're at today, right?
Yep.
But that comparison comes in, that devil comes in, right? Steals that joy right away.
He's like,
So
you
the
ain't good
more
enough.
right, the
You
more we
still
can
ain't
do,
shit.
right, the more we can practice gratitude and reflecting on what we do have versus what we don't have, the world becomes clearer. Those feelings of anxiousness could start to dissipate. And I would
Mm-hmm.
imagine other things would start to disappear also. But we got to practice and we got to be consistent with it. So I'm excited to go on my gratitude journey with the journal and get some of that with my brain. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, you know what I would like? You know what okay, this is comparing again, but not comparing. Um, is I wish I could just have like type of spiritual awakening that he had.
Who's that?
Our guest,
Spiritual awakening. Oh, you talking
Izzy.
about Izzy?
Yes, Izzy.
Yeah.
Kind of his awareness or his awakeness, like he was able to go into um, solitude. And that is very hard. I can do it for like some hours, but I would like to like cut my phone off for a weekend and not look at it and just meditate, just pray, just be in nature, go for a walk, be
Do
present,
it.
be mindful.
Do it. You the only one stopping it. You in control. What you mean you wish? You can make that happen tomorrow.
Right. And that was like a choice, right? I could just,
You can do that tomorrow.
I could do, that is facts.
It's hard
Oh, we
though.
have, this is something, just a cat hurt says, I actually just did a tapping sequence for it the other day and it helped so much. Oh, you're going to have to put for procrastination. Let me know if that is that what you meant for procrastination because girl, I need a tapping sequence. And also I love like what you guys are like Kingston is getting put on to these holistic things. Um so that's good that he's getting oh she did it for tapping. You guys, there's another I'll drop it in there. I early on when I started doing the podcast. Oh, and Kingston does grounding. Okay. So let's start with tapping. Um, Denny, a gentleman named Denny, he actually we did a podcast episode about letting go and we did a meditation. But Bree put me onto him because when I would come to Des Moines, um, Tim, what are you doing?
I got this little thing on my arm. Sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
um, we did tapping and we would do these tapping sequences. So it helped with anxiety, it helped with stress and just the art of letting go. You know, I don't even know what happened. I've reached out to Denny. Denny, if someone knows where he's at. He was an amazing man. We had like so many great talks and we were talking about at the time I was going to therapy and everything, but he said talk therapy and all those things are great, but some things are so deep rooted. These practices is helps, you know, get down to the core. But I loved it. It helped me a lot. But it's like the pressure points of getting like kind of where they would put things at when you're getting acupuncture. And there's just like a meditation and a little bit of Reiki and all those things in it. So yes. And then Bree said something that what did Bree say? Kingston, she does grounding. Okay, I have a question because I see you guys doing grounding. So you're outside, with the
Walking
earth,
barefoot in the grass.
barefooted. Okay, are you? Look, I can't do it around here because I live in an apartment complex. There's dogs
Just go walk
pooping
it on the
everywhere.
cement. You're fine. It's just being in with the ground.
So could I do it on my balcony?
No, you need to
It's
be on the
cement.
earth. You need to be on the earth.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, you need to be like on the ground. It's grounding.
And then and for the audience, what does grounding, because you do it, your family does it, what does it do for you guys?
It helps just with your like circadian rhythm, the vibrations in your body getting one with the earth. Helps center yourself. A lot of positive things with grounding. Like if you feel off,
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes like you're just like, damn, why am I having a bad day? Like it's something like going on inside. You know what I'm saying? And go walk around, get one with nature. Nature is like your really like from like the olden times, folks would go out and just be one with nature.
Oh, nice. Oh, you know what Patrice said? We can do it together, no socials, and we can go to the park again. Yeah. Oh, Patrice, we can actually go to the park and we can ground at the park.
Yeah, see? When we used to go on like long trips for track when we'd be on the charter bus. Our coach would make us get off the bus and go ground so that we can recenter ourselves from being in the bus for 8-10 hours.
Because that's what I need.
Yeah, it helps.
I like what she said. Jessica Key said, yes, I've been learning so many other ways to heal besides talk therapy. Oh,
Yeah.
I need to do it. She said this. It helps with sleep and inflammation. Y'all, getting older is not for the weak. You got all this. I gotta drink teas. I have a whole thing to keep this body going. Oh, I like what she said here. So we spend too much time inside under blue light. It affects our hormones and our metabolism. Best thing you can do is go outside and grounding in the sun.
Go get to it.
Get to it. So yes, that is the goal for this. It's like still taking care of that health and just not being a procrastinator in the goals that I have set that we've discussed. January 1st, we're on a good track. And I think, have you ever heard 75 days hard or they have 75 days soft?
What you
Have
mean?
you heard of that? It's a challenge.
No,
75 days hard is for 75 days straight, you're going to exercise twice a day for 45 minutes. No alcohol. Yes, no alcohol. And you eat strict. There's no cheat days. 75 days soft is you exercise once a day for 45 minutes. And then you only drink socially. But that could get where if you're overly social, that could
right.
But you only drink socially. And then you basically, that's the only difference. That's the only difference is you can drink still socially and you exercise once a day. I think I'm going to do the 75 days soft, but I would still eliminate, I wouldn't drink.
You're working out every day for 75 days.
I would still take a day off. I still take a day. Like I work out, I do physical activity. The goal for me is at least 6 days a week. 4 at the least because stuff happens. But I would still take a day of rest. But I wouldn't do the 2 workouts. I would just do 1. And then I wouldn't drink for 75 days. And then But I wouldn't have any cheat dates in my diet. I would not cheat on my diet. I would stay pretty strict for 75 days.
Right. I can dig that.
So that's going to be my January 1st. Which, okay, yeah, Bree has heard of it too because we're on TikTok. People do 75 days soft. Yeah, so I'm going to do soft, but I would still not do the alcohol. I did the 2 months of no drinking, and that made like a lot of improvement. And I'll have a drink here and there, but I have to limit it, like, you know.
Maybe we get like a small following and we all do like a 4-month hiatus from alcohol.
Yeah.
Starting January 1st.
Well, here's the thing. My birthday comes in March. I'm going on vacation. And I'm having but guess what? From January 1st till March 17th is literally 75 days.
Oh, there it is. Okay,
God wants me to be happy. He said, "This is my gift to you." What we got here? Shay says, "Oh, I'll join you in January." Yes. Okay. Who else wants to join me? 75 days soft. We can have a little support group.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. That's good.
Let's get it.
I might try the 75 days hard. I might try that 75-day hard.
I'm ready for no drinking. You could do the 75 days hard, but you already worked. But then you got to work out a second time.
Yeah, no, we could do it. I could do it downstairs in the basement.
Okay.
Because that could just be like a walk. That could be just more of like, maybe I'll do more of it, like the weights and stuff in the morning and then do cardio at night.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, we're gonna revisit this as we get towards the end of the year, and we are gonna hold each other accountable.
Because we go to Mexico, I need to get my Mexico body right.
Good for you. Well, wait, when are y'all coming here?
You have to do it outside. I ain't gotta do shit.
Do you?
Sorry for cussing. What? When are we coming to Arizona?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, bro. We're gonna have to figure that out.
You need to put your sister as a priority. Mm-hmm. Well, I know they have rules on the 75 days, but do we follow rules?
I don't follow no rules. I ain't gonna hold.
I feel like they could be tweaked.
75 days hard and soft. Let's see.
We can make our own, like, okay, this is the criteria that we're going to do for hard and soft and stick to that.
All right. So the Hard 75 Challenge is 75-day lifestyle program that involves completing 5 daily tasks to improve physical health, mental resilience, and personal growth. Workout, complete 2 45-minute workouts each day, with 1 being outdoors. Nutrition, follow a nutrition plan of your choice, but avoid alcohol and cheat meals. Drink a gallon of water each day. Oh, that's dope. Read 10 pages of nonfiction self-help book each day, and then track a daily progress picture. Okay.
I think we can do that. What did she say? Bree said, it sounds like the 75-day Divine Honey Challenge.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. Well, there it is. So do you have any... are you going to do a vision board? I know Brie likes to do vision boards.
Brie already has one done. Here, I can show y'all. Hers is nice.
Does she want you showing us her vision board?
Well, shit, we might motivate y'all to do it. And then tag her shit so we can get famous. Brianne, can I show your vision board? Yeah, she said yes.
Okay. Let me see. Oh, that looks like a soft life, Bree.
Yeah, so we got the house we want on there, or she wants on there. Her car's on there, 100K followers. Hey, y'all can help us get to 100K on the followers, man. She's posting every day. If y'all could just like and subscribe and share, if you don't mind.
Yes. Timmy, drop her information in there.
What information?
Where to follow? Oh, wait, it's on here. I'm sorry. At Just a Key at Heart, you guys on IG.
Like, that's what my you dig is, bro.
No.
If y'all could follow her, you know what I'm saying? Buy some of our stuff off of Airbond. She posts a bunch of stuff as far as different things you can purchase with her links. We just all trying to make it, you know what I mean? And we never gonna forget about the little people. So like y'all helping us get to where we need to go.
You ain't shit.
Start giving out free stuff. What's good?
Are you gonna do a vision board?
No.
Why?
I mean, I probably could. Maybe I can
family activity. It could be a family activity.
Try to get us to do it as a family activity. Maybe we could do it one day. We'll figure it out. I don't even know what I would want on her.
Kingston can do a little vision board.
I already have all of my stuff that I want and see, so.
Right. So what advice would you give anyone
we can do it over Christmas when you're here.
Yeah, that could be like one of our, activities as a family.
Yep, with a couple of cocktails.
Before we couple cocktails before we go on this 75-day adventure.
Yeah. So what's up?
So now we're in this last quarter, and maybe we don't feel like we didn't do all the things. What advice or encouragement would you give anyone that man, I'm already going into 2025 and I'm not where I want to be?
Honestly, I would give yourself grace.
Mm-hmm.
The harder you are on yourself, the more it pushes you back from getting your stuff done. Like, you're only in competition with yourself. Remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't compare to what other people's got. Please stop doing that as best as you can. Be aware that you're comparing, because like I said, comparison is the thief of joy. Practice that attitude of gratitude. Truly. Like I said, I'm about to get a gratitude journal for my birthday. I'm going to start writing in that every morning or at night, depending on where my brain is. I'm probably better in the morning, so I'll probably do it in the morning. But yeah, figure out just little things, man, little steps to get those small wins every day, those small victories every day. And then those small victories over time add up to something actually pretty substantial. So don't forget that. Give yourself that grace. Life be lifing sometimes. And we can't control some of those curveballs that are thrown at us, but what we can control is our attitude towards it and how we can overcome it.
You said it perfectly. I think the main thing is grace, and everything. If you wake up in the morning, you have another chance.
Every day is a victory.
It's a victory. We gonna get there. Just keep pushing, and
truly, the way people are dying out here, truly, folks are dying, y'all.
100%.
Folks are dying. So us waking up every day with that attitude of thanking God, thank you for another day to figure out what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come to you. Don't give up on yourself.
And then also, one of my favorite books, I'm going to read it again, but audio version. I have the paper copy, but The 4 Agreements. And one of the agreements is be impeccable with your words. Just be nice to yourself. Impeccable with the things that you say and that you put out there. Now, I don't always get it right. I then that's when grace kicks in.
Right. Yeah, spend that time to be nice to yourself.
Be impeccable. Be nice to yourself. You guys, be nice to others. We forget about that.
Yeah, facts.
Be kind.
But you can't pour from an empty cup, though. So that's what I'm saying. Practice that. I think we get to that feeling of emptiness. And not to say that mental illness is not real, because I am a social worker and I understand. But there are small things that we can do for our brain.
Wait, you said mental illness is or isn't real?
No, it is real.
Okay, it sounded like you said it isn't. I was just that's
No,
why I just
I said that I'm not saying that mental health isn't real, because it is, because I'm a social worker.
Mhm.
But I think there are sometimes we depend on Western medicine to fix some of that stuff for us, and that there are
Mhm.
some things that we can do holistically to fix some of that stuff. As we were speaking to earlier, like the grounding, getting outside with nature, being nice to yourself. And these aren't practices that happen overnight by any means. These are
Mm-mm.
practices that you have to practice every day and be aware and cognizant of that, the stuff that you're doing. And then also tracking the progress to see if what is happening is working. I think a lot of times we go into like these situations where we're relying upon one form of medicine to do something for us, but then we don't track it to know if it is even helping. Because
Mhm.
once you're triggered again, you go down that deep hole of regression, and then you forget about all the work that you've done. But if we're able to track it, once you get back into that journal, you're able to see, oh, shoot, I was triggered today, but however, this is all the work that I have completed.
Mhm.
So I'm not as far back as I think I am. Because when we try to keep everything up here, that's how we get lost. Write it down.
Something you said, and it reminded me of a video that I watched about this. This is what the person said. She goes, "I am not responsible," or she said, she is no longer going to tiptoe around people's triggers.
Mm,
Like, it's not my responsibility to tiptoe around your triggers. I took that in two ways. I thought of it from this point of view. My triggers are my triggers, right? So it is my responsibility to be aware of them, be able to vocalize them, and move accordingly.
right.
But then I guess when you hear it said, maybe some people I saw in the comments took it as we have to be considerate of other people's triggers. Yeah, it's a weird one, but I still stand on the side of I'm responsible for my triggers. But I don't want to be out here triggering other people.
But this is the thing.
Right.
I think this is where it gets lost.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one thing to be aware that I know that a behavior that I'm doing is triggering you if I'm aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm not aware that these things trigger you, it isn't my responsibility. Does that make
I
sense?
like, yes,
Because
that makes sense.
there's nothing that I can do as the person if I am unaware that something triggers you. So like if you continuously shut down and do these things around me and I'm not aware that that is happening and you don't express that to me, it is not my responsibility then to stop doing what I'm doing. If you have not told me that this is bothering you, I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing.
Agreed. I agree with you.
Now, if
But
we have a
what?
conversation and someone tells me that it is triggering, then now I then change my behavior because now it helps us both. That's what communication is.
Yes.
But if you go around your whole day like thinking that you're triggering people, that is messing you up on the inside. That's
Right.
stealing your joy because now you can't be yourself. You can't be your authentic self if I'm worried about what my behaviors are doing to other people.
I like that.
And
And
that's like a
I
sense of
think
relief.
this conversation gave more context to that. That was like a little piece, and she kind of just left it right there. So that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to bring that up because I don't want to go around triggering people. But like you said it perfectly, that takes communication.
Hmm. We got to
But
know where we stand because I'm not a
right.
mind reader. Nobody's a mind reader.
But what do you do when your presence triggers somebody? There's nothing I can do about that.
No, nothing, because
It just
there's some kind of envy, there's some jealousy there. There's something that is an underlying root that is hindering the relationship.
right.
And by me just being there and you're triggered, we need to talk about like what about me is triggering you? Because I ain't even
Just
said nothing.
something
I just walked in
just
here.
I just walked in here, or it's how I talk. It's then the person who's triggered, then at that point, there's nothing the other person can do. Then you got to remove yourself. It's just not a relationship
Yeah, it's
that
not there. Yeah, you're not
it's not
compatible.
there.
Yeah.
I like that clip, but I wish it had more context to it.
You
She
probably
kind
can
of
find
just
the
left
full
it.
clip somewhere, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to, because it was just left it right there, which I got what she was saying. But sometimes when you see those little clips, it leaves a lot.
Yeah, those sound bites are hard to
Yeah,
understand because now you start to speculate and then justify your behaviors. But I think if there's more of an explanation, I would imagine there'd be somewhere around the because you're just being an asshole if
right.
someone tells you that you're triggering them and you're not doing nothing to stop it. That's bogus. You know,
But
so
yes, so knowing your triggers and being able to be aware of them and to be able to communicate.
right.
This was a good talk, y'all. We gon' this last quarter we gonna knock it out. We gonna do the best we can because we are living in crazy times. We got an election coming up. These bills is high. Life is life and
This is life and
natural disasters.
right.
Man. So well, thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a couple weeks, but I mean, we're back. I love it, to see you guys come back and like drop in these comments. Um, if you enjoyed the show, please like, share, hit that notification button here on YouTube. You can also listen and follow and rate on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The links are in the about section, but I'll drop them in the comment section. If you know anyone that's interested, or if you're interested on being a guest on Divine Honey Podcast, you guys hit me up. This is where you can
Come chop it
hit
up
me
with
up.
us.
Come chop it up with us. Or you have any like show ideas, anything, you can just drop an email. Just say hi. So that's a bougiegirl@gmail.com. That's BOOSHEGURL@gmail.com. Got any parting words for our peoples?
Have a good week. Don't forget to be yourself. Show up as who you are. Communicate your needs. Do what you need to do.
All right. Well, until next time, you guys, peace and blessings.
Peace.